Woke up to some pretty big news today. Patrick Kane has finally made a decision on where he's going to play this season following his hip resurfacing surgery. It was being reported over the past week or so that Patrick Kane was closing in on making a decision and that the front runners were the Detroit Red Wings. And lo and behold, Patrick Kane has indeed chosen to sign with Detroit. We haven't really gotten any word yet on the dollar value of Patrick Kane's contract with Detroit, but it is just a one-year deal. So for a team like the Red Wings with a lot of cap space right now compared to the rest of the league, it doesn't really matter what the cap hit is. Around a week ago, I made a tweet giving my thoughts on the Kane to Detroit speculation, and I said that the Red Wings have a logjam at forward right now with guys like Berggren, Mazur, Danielson, Kasper, Soderblom looking to crack the roster full-time as soon as next season. So I didn't really think it made a whole lot of sense for Detroit to sign Patrick Kane. Now, I made that tweet under the assumption that wherever Patrick Kane was going to sign, it was likely going to be a 2-year contract. However, with this just being a 1-year deal between the Red Wings and Patrick Kane, this is obviously a very low-risk move, and guys like Danielson, Kasper, Mazur, Soderblom, and Berggren, for the most part, aren't going to factor into the Red Wings' plans this season. So Patrick Kane is a Detroit Red Wing, at least from now until the end of the season. My prediction before the season started that he was going to sign with his hometown Buffalo Sabres has turned out to be wrong. You have to think Buffalo's slow start to the season and the Tage Thompson injury played a part in Patrick Kane's decision not to sign with Buffalo, and at the same time, you have to imagine the Red Wings being in a playoff spot currently, sitting third place in the Atlantic Division, and the Alex DeBrincat connection played a massive role in Detroit landing Kane. I'm heading into this with an open mind, but my expectations are relatively low. Patrick Kane is coming off of the least productive season of his entire NHL career, just 57 points in 73 games between the Chicago Blackhawks and the New York Rangers. Now, that being said, there obviously wasn't much talent left around Patrick Kane on the Chicago Blackhawks before he was dealt to the Rangers, and for the large part of last season, he was obviously dealing with hip issues, which led to him getting the hip resurfacing surgery in the summer. Could the hip surgery have fixed all of Patrick Kane's issues and we see him get back to being a legit top-line forward? I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities, but he's also a 35-year-old coming off of hip resurfacing surgery. He didn't attend any training camps, he didn't play any preseason games. I also don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities that Patrick Kane is just a non-factor this season for the Red Wings. Those would obviously both be the extreme outcomes of this signing. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited. I mean, one of the greatest players of our generation is a Red Wing. He's going to be reunited with Alex DeBrincat. Those two were dynamite together in Chicago not all that long ago. At 5-on-5, I don't think we're going to see Patrick Kane be the play driver that he's been in years past or produce at a point per game pace, but the Red Wings power play has cooled off as of late after their torrid start to the season. Adding somebody like Patrick Kane to the man advantage with the vision that he has, with the set of hands that he has, I think is only going to be a good thing. So those are really all my thoughts on Patrick Kane signing with the Red Wings. I don't really have much else to say. Obviously, this is kind of one of those things where we're going to just have to wait and see how he looks when he finally makes his debut, whenever that may be. A couple of fun storylines coming out of this signing. The Red Wings' next 2 games are against the Rangers and Blackhawks. Go figure. So we'll see if he makes his debut against one of his former teams, but I think in all likelihood, we might not see him make his in-game debut for a while, and the Red Wings are going to, ease him back into things, get him out there for practice and stuff like that. Something else that I think is worth mentioning, Daniel Sprong currently wears number 88 for the Detroit Red Wings. Obviously, Patrick Kane famously has worn number 88 throughout his entire NHL career. You have to think he's going to try to pry that number off of Sprong's back somehow. Maybe a new Rolex is in the future of Daniel Sprong. We'll see. I'm seeing all these jersey swaps of Patrick Kane in a Red Wings uniform on Twitter, and this is definitely going to take some getting used to. Back when the Red Wings were in the Western Conference having battles with Patrick Kane and the Blackhawks in the playoffs, this is not something that I ever thought I would see. It's definitely giving off some Mike Modano in a Red Wings uniform vibe, but let's keep our fingers crossed that Kane's tenure with the Red Wings goes a little bit better than Mike Modano's did to end his career. I think that about does it though. Those are all my thoughts on Patrick Kane signing a 1-year deal with the Detroit Red Wings. As always, I want to know what you guys think, so sound off down below in the comments, especially if you're a Red Wings fan. How do you feel about this signing? What are your predictions for his point totals? Who do you think he's going to play with? Who's going to come out of the lineup for Patrick Kane? All that stuff. Leave your thoughts down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave it a like. That is the best way to show your support. And most importantly, if this is your first time checking out the channel and you want NHL content just like this all year round, hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you all again soon.